anyone's here and anyone can hear me, let me know. This is working at all.
A gente dice...
Anything? It starts auto-playing shit? That might actually be better. That might be better. That might be better. Okay, there we go. That's actually better. There we go. Okay. You guys might be able to hear me now. Good. That's good. There has to be multiple people running this account, right? There has to. Type a message in the chat if you can hear me. If you can, my mic is good. I have no idea. I had to reset up everything, so let me know. All right, drop the Discord link in Twitter. That's where I'll be joining people later if anyone actually shows up and brings anything, but we will see. I doubt anybody will, because people always talk shit, but they never have fucking receipts. And that's the way it always is. It's the way it always is. Again, let me know if you can hear me. I'm not going to do anything until you guys let me know if you can hear me or not. So we can just listen to this music. It's nice. I'm kind of tired, so we can do that. I don't mind. All right, what's this? I haven't watched any of this shit.
Of moral high ground out of fictional to salvage some amount of moral high ground.
Okay, that's not loud at all. What the fuck?
Out of fictitious events that never happened the way that you guys think they did. You guys will look at like, look, Biden is admitting all of it right here.
Oh my God, you're spicy today.
Well, because you're lying about everything.
No,
you're lying
I'm
about
not.
everything. You are. All of these things are
You
lies.
just have TDS so bad. You can't.
You
even,
can call it whatever you want.
Good thing. You can't find one good thing. Okay, bite me. I don't care. You can find one. You can't find one good thing that this president does. Everything's bad.
I'm actually quite happy
that
it's true.
you're so much about his health. What?
You're like a broken record. Calm down.
He's a horrible president.
Calm down. Breathe. Okay, good. He's trying to laugh. He can't do it.
I'm not, because it's not
Yes, you
funny.
are.
It's
You're
fucked up. It's crazy.
It's not fucked
It
up.
is. It's
You're
super
so
fucked up.
mad. Oh my god.
I am mad because you
can't live like this. It's gonna give
destroying-
you wrinkles.
Like, I agree. We can't live like this. It's
Here
not
we go.
good.
Thank you
Not
very
another
much for
Botox
being the
in the
first
world
fucking
to,
person
like,
to say something.
fix it.
Appreciate you.
Stop.
Where we're probably mass
Thank
producing
you.
it now because every single person that passes by the Trump administration has to fill their fucking face with enough to float into the clouds.
Thank God. Thank God for that. I mean, that is a one positive. Looks maxing.
Is that looks? I thought it was jigsaw maxing.
Okay,
I feel like I'm in a
that's
fucking
fucked
horror
up.
movie every time I turn the TV on.
That was a very low energy clap. Nobody followed you. Try again. There you go. Come on, guys. Help him out. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Do you think that Donald
low
Trump...
energy claps don't get the crowd going?
Do you think Donald...
Did anyone watch this debate? Was it worth watching? I wonder if we can find it. So I will watch that. All right, well, I put a Discord link on YouTube or on Twitter. I don't even know if I can fucking post links in YouTube chat. Let's find out. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da. Wait, where'd the music go? Music. Okay. There you go. Join the Discord if you actually want to talk. If you actually have evidence. Again, I don't think any of you do. He's resorting to admitting he doesn't know anything about politics, LOL. All right. Fuck it. We will ball. What? Do you know what channel hosted it by chance? This is Santos. There it is. 4 hours. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, not going to watch all this, but fuck it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for waiting.
I'm completely out of the loop on everything because I've been on vacation for the past 8 days, so I have no idea. I've been barely keeping up. So let me know. Anything spicy happened? Let me know. Again, if you have any evidence, say something in chat. Again, I doubt you fucking do because none of you ever fucking do. There is no evidence. Thank you.
Can we give a round of applause? We got our debaters. Thank you.
Oh, wait. No. I don't give a shit. No offense.
I believe is going to be coming up here, and she's going to be the one, the only moderator for this debate. Kyla, take it away. Enjoy, everybody. I know I'm going to enjoy this.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Aria. Oh, how do I do this? Wait.
All righty. So we have about an hour and a half. We'll see how we go with this conversation. While they're debating, couple things to note. Did you guys get raffle tickets? Some of you. There's like actually like high value.
Let me know if it's too loud or anything like that. Just let me know the values.
Value
too
raffle
annoying.
prizes like escape rooms, dinners. If you want to like take somebody on a nice date, we've got $75 dinner tickets. Okay, we've got escape rooms. You guys, it's like a date night. You can just pay $3. You might get a complete date night. So the raffle tickets also come with free movie tickets. So highly recommend you guys get that. And we're gonna do the raffle right at the end of this debate. So we have great prizes. Please do check it out. You can buy raffle tickets just outside the door there. Obviously, we have 2 prompts for today for people who are listening online. Where's my camera? There you are. If you're listening online, hi, Mom. If you're listening online right now, we are gonna hopefully have super chats that appear behind us. Super chats that are over $100 will also be asked into the mic for you if you're interested at the very end. The Q&A will be about 30 to 40 minutes at the end of the debate. So in the next like hour to hour and a half, okay? So make sure as you guys are listening, if you have questions for either of them, load them up, have them prepped. We're gonna hand down a mic to the center area. So my audio guys, make sure you've got a 4th mic ready to go for down in that center area. And we'll have a great debate here tonight. George and Destiny, thank you guys for being here today. I'm excited. So we have kind of 2 prompts. It's It's a long, loaded debate. So each of you could basically have 2 affirmative statements to talk about today. So on Destiny's side, you approved of the statement, the modern Republican Party has abandoned the rule of law in exchange for loyalty to Donald Trump. That is the position that you will be defending, Destiny. George, you submitted that the Democratic Party is ignoring election results and opt for coronations instead. That is the position you will also be defending. So what we'll do is opening statements. We'll open with you. I would like you to address both points, ideally. And then we'll go to you, open with both points. And then it's going to be a free-for-all. The moderation is going to be the same as we've done all night. So by and large, I'm going to try to be as neutral as possible, stay just in between you two. Please, no slurs. We're on YouTube, so be TOS friendly. Don't go crazy, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to slap the mic out of your hand. Other things to be aware of, if you interrupt to a point where I can't even hear who's saying what, I'm going to pause you guys, but you can be spicy, okay? Go ahead, have fun. Interruptions make debates and conversations, I think, flow better, if I'm being honest. Most importantly, Evol as well, if I feel like we're getting super off topic, if we start like screaming about like, I don't know. This is a pretty broad topic, so I feel like we have a lot of ground that we can cover. But if I feel like we're off topic, I will re-rail us. And of course, if you feel that your opponent is like running away from a question that is essential for the debate to be answered seriously, you can appeal to me as the moderator. I will ensure that your opponent answers the questions. Ready to go?
Ready to go?
Woo!
Yeah,
All right,
let's go.
Take it
No
away.
hands in the oven so far. Surprise, surprise.
I think that the current administration.
Hi, Destiny.
Hello, George. How's it
Okay,
going?
now we can start. All
Now we
right.
can start.
Jesus, rude.
That last debate was a warm-up for what's going to happen here, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I think the current administration has a novel interpretation of how the U.S. government works, and by U.S. government, I mean exclusively the White House. Whether you're talking foreign affairs and you're talking murdering Venezuelans that are off the coast of South America and having absolutely no regard for international law or norms, whether you're talking about continuing on in this Iran war, which is now an illegal war, which Congress and the Republicans have completely abdicated their duty on restraining the president on, whether we're talking about the slew of hilariously vapid and stupid indictments that are coming out from the White House that are trying to make it so apparently every right-wing movement that wasn't real in the United States actually was really real, but they were only really real because the SPLC was secretly funding all of them. There's just absolutely no honest engagement with the structure of the government, with how it's supposed to work in any part of this administration, in a way that is so far and away from anything we've ever seen in this country before, except for maybe in Trump 1, where he was still restrained by people that knew how government functioned. I honestly have no idea what a defensive rule of law is going to look like. I anticipate bringing up something like Obama weaponizing the IRS, which never happened, which is why there were no criminal charges for it, and why there was no serious investigation that said as much. We could try to bring up Obama assassinating a U.S. citizen, an opinion that he went to his Office of Legal Counsel for. They said it was
All right. No evidence so far. Who could have fucking guessed?
probably okay. This guy was a terrorist overseas. Nobody sought to hold Obama accountable for this. We try to make some comparisons, but nothing reaches the level of just blatant disregard for structure of government as what we have right now with the Trump administration. I don't think I've ever seen federal authorities murder U.S. citizens and then be whisked away to freedom by the same federal government that says that they're doing it for our own good to enforce immigration law. As for the second prompt, what was his? He's defending what?
Oh boy, he got me. Democratic Party is ignoring election results and opt for coronations instead.
I mean, this is the same party where I don't know if this is like mass programming that they do behind the scenes, where they all have to get the Joe Biden was certified the winner of the 2020 presidential election, and they can't even answer honestly for who won that election. I can't think of anything more to do with coronations than the Republican Party when it comes to Donald Trump. I feel like these people think that Trump has won the past 4 elections and think that he's going to win the next one even if he doesn't run. So I don't know. I mean, we can talk about the Kamala Biden thing. That was far from a coronation.
What about Plattner?
What about Plattner? He's gone, isn't he?
Who's replacing him?
Well, we don't know yet, but it's a pretty awkward position. But those are my openers. We can go back further. You can give your openers. Go for it.
You know what? Thank you. Sorry
You're
for
welcome.
interjecting
Go
there.
ahead.
It was very hard to say shut. But from
Never mind.
the rule of law and Department of Justice, I'm going to start there, obviously, because
I wonder how much that watch cost.
I have a bone or two to pick of how I feel on that. But as far as rule of law, the way that you characterize it, it's overly broad, the way that Destiny put it forward. I think it's a little bit more specific, and there's a lot more nuance in the sense of the SPLC was, in fact, funding radical organizations. It's delineated in the indictment, because last I checked, Democrats love looking at indictments when it's somebody like me being indicted. And a lot of people probably in this room went line by line, made memes. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It just made my cameos more expensive.
Wait, just to check the audio, did you say indicted or convicted?
Well, I'm talking about indictments right now.
Okay.
Well, convictions, that comes later, right? So when it comes to people like me and you look through an indictment, you guys go line by line. And as I said, thank you for that. My cameos were amazing. But in all seriousness, when you start looking at it for what it is, you guys will not have a single opposition to anything that's in an indictment against somebody like a George Santos or a Donald Trump. But the moment you put the shoe on the other hand, oh, this is all fake. On the other foot, whatever. Like I can sit here and do it all backwards. Like I famously said, I can chew and walk gum. I don't give a fuck. Oh, sorry. Oh, I can? Oh,
Yeah,
I
just
can
don't
swear?
drop
Oh,
slurs.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just like
Oh,
that.
sorry. All right. So, so the point that I'm trying to make is, yes, it is.
He's trying to do the whole like laughing to try and disarm Destiny kind of thing, but I mean, if someone tries to do that, you just know that the arguments aren't going to be strong going into it, even if they believe, like, and he actually might not even believe anything that they're actually going to be defending in this conversation. So, and it's George Santos, somebody who lied about his entire background, so wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But let's watch anyway.
It is bad what the SPLCs did. Is it hard for you to admit that funding the KKK is bad, Destiny?
Are you done with your openers? Would
No,
you
I'm
like
not
for
done
it?
with that. Was a question in the middle of my opener.
I think that having people that serve as informants, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
You think that's the limitation of what the funds were for?
That's my understanding. Is to gather
all right,
information. Yeah.
That's fair. That's a fair.
Well, that's what's in the indictment, right?
That's a fair answer.
That's
No,
what's in the
I
indictment.
agree. I agree. But funding anything like the KKK, I don't care if it's an informant. I don't think we need to fund.
Oh,
informants to
really?
know
So
that.
any dollar that for any intelligence, for any military, anything that serves as an operative or
no,
an
what I'm
informant,
saying
any.
is we don't need an informant to know that the KKK is bad at this point. It's 2026.
Well, it's not to let us know the KKK
that's
is
a
bad. It's to
position.
keep informed on like things that might do
I
in the future,
understand.
right?
I understand
Also, it's
where
the
you're
SPLC, which is not. It's not the government. So you know.
I understand. All right. So
Okay.
and then on my position, and I'm just gonna go with this, and then we'll just get into it because I don't want to be too long-winded. Democrats ignore primary voters, and I'm not saying this to be cute. Joe Biden was nominated to be president, even though the people had issues with him and knew that his performance wasn't going to be the same. I'm not going to sit here and make attacks at the former president. Okay, it's just not my MO. You know that because we've interacted before. Attacking is not my thing. I'd rather make fun of it, but not attack it. It's not cool. So there were obvious problems with Joe Biden and the capacity for him to perform, especially running circles around somebody like Donald Trump, who's going to literally make a meme out of the entire race. And we knew that was going to happen, right? So then they go and do the whole switcheroo with Kamala, completely ignored the Democrat base, and now they're doing the same thing in Maine. Remember that Graham Plattner had a lot.
And by doing the same thing in Maine, he means there was a credible sexual assault allegation against Graham Plattner, and he dropped out of the race because it's not good, and people aren't going to probably vote for him, especially because it's not even the first allegation against him. I mean, I guess that is kind of similar to what happened with Biden, if you think about it, because what happened with Biden is obviously people thought his mental faculties slipped too much, and so he just dropped out. You know, he just did the thing that you're supposed to do, unlike Republicans, or unlike Santos here, who had to be fucking dragged out of office kicking and screaming, even though he fucking lied about everything in his campaign to get elected. So it's this fucking insane comparison between Democrats and Republicans and how they act that it's just detached from reality. And you need to be a clown like fucking Santos here in order to pretend to believe it, to be able to push that narrative, because it's indefensible if you spend actually 5 minutes thinking about it with a honest lens. It's indefensible. But that's why you need someone like fucking Santos here.
A lot of these allegations already out there, and still 145,000 Mainers went out there and said, we don't care, we want him as our candidate. And then all of a sudden, the DC establishment's like, no, we can't afford this. It's going to look bad, because all of a sudden, polling in the general started to look bad. And once again, the Democrats are ignoring the democratic process that took place, and they're going to find somebody to put a crown on their head and say, this is our candidate. That's wrong.
How would they make him drop out? Like, that's just tell me how that happens. If they can tell me how the Democratic establishment forced Plattner to drop out, I would be interested. But he's not going to bring anything up because they can't. Because it's all bullshit. Patapon fan. Republicans are the spawns of Satan and Trump is the Antichrist. What do you want me to say? True. That is true. I miss honest Republicans. That's the worst thing, because I was a Republican when I was younger, but
Wrong. I think
not anymore. I'd fucking sooner jump off a bridge than try and like actually say I'm aligned with modern day Republicans, because Jesus Christ.
we're all better than that, and I think we should do better. And Democrats want to criticize us, but this is the way that they're behaving with their elections, and I think it's reprehensible. And I'll leave it at that.
Go ahead. It's open.
It
on,
is.
Destiny.
Can we agree
Say.
that every single person right now, every judge, anybody that made it to any position of the government that couldn't honestly answer who won the 2020 election should be removed when the next
Yes.
president comes into play?
No, I disagree. People are entitled to their opinion. Remember one
Any
thing.
opinion?
Stupid opinions are something that people are entitled to have.
Okay.
I don't care.
Just curious. Is your doctor entitled to believe in the four humors?
Okay. let me
Is
make
your
True. That's actually a really good way to put it. That's a good, because people will act like this when it comes to things like politics, or even talk about it when it comes to health for other people. But as soon as it comes to them and their health, they're gonna listen to what the fucking doctor tells them to, because they don't want to end up like fucking Steve Jobs. Not even a fan. Mitt Romney is basically the second coming. Dude, I know, right? I would kill for. Dude, I would. Dude, there are some Democrats that if they got like nominated, and it was John McCain running against him, I might actually vote for McCain, because he was at least like a fucking principled human being who actually stood behind something and believed in something. And even if I didn't agree with a majority of his politics, and I can't even say that I remember what most of them are, because I mean I was just 18 during that election, 17, 18 during that election cycle, so I wasn't really paying that much attention. But yeah, like I would fucking kill for John McCain type of Republican today, but that is a fucking dinosaur these days to what the Republican Party is today. I'm allowed to have an opinion. Yeah, again, it's and I think even Destiny says that. It's like the Republicans are treated like children. They're allowed to have opinions. You're allowed to say the fucking stupidest things in the world because they're Republicans and they're fucking retarded. But again, Democrats are judged like adults because they're the only adults in the room. They're the only people that actually keep the government functioning in any type of way that gets shit done at the end of the day. Yeah, exactly. Your opinion is absolute dog shit. Yeah, it's just fucking dumb. Uh-oh. 1 second. John McCain was a real human. Exactly. Like yes, 100%. That is what we need in a Republican Party, and that's exactly what's been purged from the Republican Party, and it's just filled with Trump sycophants.
Auto mechanic
Hold on,
entitled to believe. Like, I'm just curious where because the only reason I'm asking this.
Destiny, look, it doesn't matter to
that
me
was
if it's
obviously
stupid.
a stupid statement.
Of course.
Wait. You obviously just said something very stupid, right? That
no.
anyone is entitled to their opinion. We're not
Anyone
talking
is-
about who we're sitting next to at bingo, right? Where these are people that are holding official. I don't want anybody to have a random opinion if they're nominated to be a federal judge. I want to feel like they know and understand the law and can answer basic questions sometimes of law and fact.
And everybody knows this. Everybody knows this to be true. If gun to their head, if they had to answer this, how they would want it, this is what they would say. But because it's politics and it's nebulous, they can just fucking do whatever they want because they think it doesn't actually have consequences. And again, what do you guys know? Fucking evidence so far. That's what I thought. Almost 30 minutes. Fucking nothing.
They don't even know who won the 2020 election. Why would I trust them to adjudicate any other case?
Justice Jackson couldn't define what a woman was.
Is that a question before the court right now? What do you mean?
No, it's not. But you're saying about stupid questions. When you're being nominated to be the Supreme Court Justice of the United States and you're asked, what's a woman? I'm not a biologist. I can't define that. You see what I'm saying?
I
It's
submit
so
to
easy
you,
to say these
do you
things.
think that it's easier to give a concrete, simple definition of what is a woman versus who won the 2020 election?
Yes.
Really?
It's as simple
Is
as
the
who won.
2020 election that difficult, or?
No, I think it's simple. It's simple to answer who won the 2020 election. I think it's
I
simple
do that in
to
one
answer what
word.
is a
How many
woman.
words does it take for you to define a woman? Look, who won 2020 election? Biden. See how easy that was? It was one word, single word, super easy.
Biden won the 2020 election. I think you got the wrong guy up here.
No,
I'm a
no, I'm not
Trumper,
asking about
but
you.
I did
You're not
say
gonna-
Joe Biden won the election.
You're not a federal judge and you're not in cabinet positions where these things are coming up. I'm saying that all of the people appointed who can't honestly answer who won the 2020 election, they're doing it because they're afraid of what?
That's not true. Look, that's my opinion. Now, if you want me to go observe and see what other people are saying, I'll give an example. I was on the ballot in 2020, by the way, in New York for Congress. It was my first run. 2 days after the election, I was up by something, I don't know, I think it was like 4,000 votes, 4,500 votes, something like that. It was enough ahead that I got invited to go down to orientation in DC, right? So I'm there, whatever, doing my thing. And then absentee ballots come in. It was 17,000 absentee ballots. Majority of them were military. Military ballots were breaking, I think it was like 60-40 for Republicans. Everybody's like, oh my God, you might have just pulled off the biggest upset in the country right now. I'm like, not going to celebrate before every single miserable ballot is counted. 7 days after the election passes, that's the cutoff for absentee ballots to come in. Andrew Cuomo goes on TV and says, it has been brought to my attention that there's a lot of ballots in the USPS, wherever, I don't know where, and I am going to now extend for 3 more days for ballots to be delivered. Now, first of all, that's changing election law after Election Day. You should have prepared for this before Election Day. I think that's a fair thing to say. He changed election law after Election Day, right, and allowed for ballots to come in a little longer. Post-dated by Election Day, I'm not saying that the post-date was different, but afterwards, that's kind of fishy. And then all of a sudden, 70,000 ballots came in my race. I lost the race, whatever, I conceded. I didn't agree with the way that it took place, but that's why people have questions, dude. That's really things like that did happen. I didn't mount some legal insane crusade and go out there and go crazy, but that did happen. And that's a localized issue.
Did somebody sue him over this?
I didn't. I was the only one entitled to sue, and I
anybody
chose
sue
not
him
to.
over this?
No, I chose not to.
So if it was such
such
a flagrant abuse of the law, why did nobody sue him over it?
The reason I chose not to sue, A, it would take countless dollars to go and do it. Time.
And we all know Republicans don't like to waste money on lawsuits. Not even just you personally, but nobody else in the Republican establishment.
It was my decision to make, and my decision was no.
Why not? You don't think you could have asked any other Republican? You don't think they would have cared? No Koch brothers, no Trump funding, no fundraising, nobody else?
It wasn't about fundraising because we did have a
okay, so I understand what you're saying. So you've given me your personal opinion that you felt like Cuomo shouldn't have done what he felt was in his job as a governor to make sure all the ballots were counted. I understand Republicans don't like when all the votes are counted.
I understand
and
ballots need to be counted.
And your issue with that is that somehow that was against an election process that he was trying to get all the ballots counted, but you didn't challenge it.
No.
And somehow this is supposed to make me feel some type.
No, there aren't any new allegations against Destiny. It's just a constant, like, he's a terrible person. Like, anybody who associates with Destiny should, like, be ostracized, and he should be ostracized. I just don't understand where it comes from. It makes no sense. And I just want to see if people have any evidence that could defend that position, or can explain to me what they see that would justify people saying, like, he needs to be blacklisted and banned from everything, because it's all so fucking stupid, and it's I'm just tired of, like, these children online talking about, taking these fucking Discord screenshots and playing Nancy Drew. It's so fucking dumb, and I'm fucking bored of it. And I just want to see. I want to see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is some shit out there that I haven't seen that proves that Destiny's this fucking demonic fucking child predator or whatever, or sexual abuser, like, whatever. So show me, then I'll change my opinion. But until then, fuck off if anybody says that. And I just wanted to give everybody a platform, or somebody a platform, to bring the evidence to light. So here I am. I'm gonna be here for a few more hours probably. I got nothing else going on tomorrow morning, so we'll see if anybody shows up, but I doubt it.
The way about people not acknowledging him in the 2020 election?
I'm going to say this again. I'm not saying that this is some minor. This is literally changing procedural election law after Election Day. Period. It's wrong.
You can't hype it up this much and then tell me, but nobody decided to sue over it.
I chose not to sue
Why?
over it.
Then
it wasn't worth the squeeze. I was seeing.
It wasn't worth seeing Congress?
Let me put it this way. I saw what was unfolding across the country, right? As everything started unfolding, all the lawsuits, everybody, and I saw where it was going. And there was a narrative. The courts were already rendering opinions, dismissing cases. I just didn't want to go through that.
Because so many...
Exactly. And people just constantly talk bullshit, at least on Twitter, because that's where I'm mostly at, just shit posting on there. So I gave people an opportunity. If they had some evidence, then fucking bring it. Again, you have none. There probably is none. It would be everywhere if there was, so whatever. No one's going to fucking show up, but it's whatever. I'd rather do this and have a couple people in here, whatever, watching for a little bit, and prove that no one will actually show up and have any evidence. So let's do it.
Cases were bad cases.
Probably.
So if there were a ton of bad cases,
you're asking me to argue something that I'm not going to argue.
well, because when I gave an opinion,
I don't even think they're all bad cases.
When I gave an opinion, you seemed to disagree.
They were poorly presented.
And then what does that say about the case?
Well, I think some of the lawyers are bad. I mean, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to get a lot of flack, but like when you give Sidney Powell a case, you're fucking certifiable.
Well, what does it say if the only lawyers willing to take these cases on are shitty lawyers?
Well, then don't take the case or find a better lawyer. There were good lawyers who did take cases.
Really?
But because of lawyers like Sidney Powell, they got completely destroyed because she set such dangerous, poor precedent to even argue the preface of any kind of irregularity.
I submit to you that if the only...
Oh, what's this? Wait, I thought this was like from it. 1 second. Oh, I didn't even see the fucking fatty Mike from PA respond to this tweet. So I said people yap about the omniliberal destiny, yet have never seen concrete proof of any major accusation against him. I believe there's no evidence, and that is all snark or fantasy. I'll be live, blah, blah, blah. Which accusation are you confused about? I can bring them all together. We can get a viral thread going. I'm sure he'll be very happy you asked. Okay, I actually didn't even see this. I'm sorry, I missed it. Yeah. Like adults. Actually, I don't like typing. It makes me nervous. Let me see. Get something scheduled. You can bring the clips we can talk about. I'm going to do it right now, but let me try. There we go. Thank you. Who was that in Discord, actually? Aria. Thank you. Holy shit. I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't know Mike from PA fucking responded to that. That's really funny. Wait, where'd it go? God damn it. Whatever. 1 second. No, I don't think he's going to come on to talk now. And it wouldn't be fair for me to expect him to. He does stream early. I don't know if he goes to bed early. But yeah, I wouldn't expect him to hop on this late. But I did ask if he would like to schedule a talk about it, because I think that would be interesting. Here's that tweet if you want to give it a like or something like that. That would help. You don't have to, obviously. But whatever. Wow, every time I look at the screen, all you see is the side of my head. I really got to stop doing that.
Only lawyers that are willing to take on the cockamamie ideas that a person is putting forward, it's probably because those ideas are cockamamie ideas. They're bad ideas. They're bad cases. They were from the start. That's why nobody with any air of legitimacy wanted to touch any of them. That's why Barr quit weeks before the actual electoral count. Like every single part of how Trump has conducted himself has left it so that only the most... I don't even know what you call these people. The Lindsay Halligans, the insurance lawyers of the world, will even take jobs, around this guy anymore. Like, I don't think that is an accident. I don't think that Trump can have bad cases that only bad lawyers are willing to take on and then blame the bad lawyers like he did with Bondi when things don't pan out exactly the way he wants it to. I think we can probably say at some point, they're probably bad cases. And I think that past that, we should say, yeah, he lost 2020. It's pretty simple. I think that if you're going to be adjudicating a case in federal court, I don't want a judge in front of me to not know who would have won the 2020 election. I don't want them making any decision about anything about law or fact anywhere near me if they can't even answer that question.
Okay. All right, sure. We don't want a judge that can't define the 2020 election in simple terms, right? And
it's a win or loss, one word.
I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to go back to the statement I made earlier about Ketanji Jackson or whatever her name is, Justice Jackson or Brown, whatever.
I don't think trying to trap somebody on a gender definition for the trans obsession stuff.
She's going to have to hear cases on women's health
then she can write her opinion on those cases on women's health, and you can see if you agree or disagree. What?
What is a woman? That's important.
Yeah, but I don't know if she's going to commit to some answer here that's going to be used against her in the future. It's in the climate today. I don't know if that's a simple answer. Even Jordan Peterson didn't give a simple answer in the "What Is a Woman" documentary with Matt Walsh. Like to try to say that you can simply define some gender, whatever. Like if we're talking for health stuff, then sure, adult human female has ovaries, whatever. If you want to say that's fine. But to pretend like that clearly massively ideologically motivated question, and I think it's interesting you bring this up as an example because I think it cuts to the core of the issue. Is that when you look at a Republican and you ask them like, what is 1 + 1? They'll look back at you and they'll say like, well, do you think a fetus is a human? And they act like this is the same type of question. You're laughing, but it's true. You bring the most ideologically loaded questions, and if you don't have a clear-cut answer for that, then it's like, I don't know, is the sky blue? Is the dirt brown? I don't know, I can't answer it. If we can't set some kind of standard of like even acknowledging who won an election, we're doomed. And having any other greater conversation topic is like what's next? Is the president going to convince people that a camouflage guy was taking a machete and hacking apart the reflection pool without any footage? Like, is that going to be the next, like, which she's doing right now? That's an open lie that Trump is selling, right? Or is it going to be Trump on Truth Social saying, I need a lawyer who's brave enough to go and prosecute these 3 individuals, and I don't even care if it's an insurance lawyer like Lindsay Halligan and who's going to be appointed and do it, and she doesn't even know how to fucking run an indictment? This person's never been in a criminal court in her life? This is where we're at.
I just knew I was going to come in here and I was going to have to talk about the goddamn reflection pool. I just knew it. I knew it. You weren't going to let it slide.
Republicans need to do some reflecting, okay?
Oh my God, can you shut up about it already? Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, the reflecting pool is just, oh, wow. Anyway.
I mean, it really is a microcosm for the whole kind of...
It's just such a weird place to hang up this entire...
Bro, I know, like, dude, I don't use this computer much anymore. Because, I don't know, I just need to clean it up. It's just beat up and old, and god damn it, it's so slow. I can't run, like, stream and everything on one computer. This is fucked.
The Republicans chose it. They chose it, though.
I get it. I get it. Like, okay, so President Trump wanted to make it prettier. It didn't work out. Are we really going to spend the next year talking about the reflection pool?
Why? He wants to talk... You want to talk about the woman trans issues for 27
determined.
years? I think it's funny.
She said yes. Oh, my God. Who was it?
It's funny because it's a clear-cut example.
Who said it? Oh, she just brown-nosed on you. You need better friends. She's just literally, oh my God. Well, look.
I feel like we're at the part where the animal looks away from the crocodile that's approaching because they're scared. Like, you can talk to her more after the show.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
The reflection pool is a perfect microcosm of this administration, and we can map from that on.
Anytime anyone tries to use comedy or delay tactics like that in a debate or a conversation, it's 100% delay every single time.
To literally, his son getting $700 million no-bid contracts for the DOD, to Witkoff running around with Liberty Financial cutting deals all over the world, to the disaster that is the Iran war. I mean, we can talk about literally any of these topics. All of them are turning out the exact same way. And it's not like a mistake from one to the other, where these things are just randomly happening over and over again.
Were you this upset when Hunter Biden got the Burisma contract? I'm just asking. I'm not debating you on any of that.
Tim Pool made more in 1 year than Hunter Biden made in all of his tenure of Burisma, of which the Republicans had like 7 different committees investigate. The DOJ investigated.
But were you upset?
Wait, real quick.
I don't care about all that. I'm asking, okay. Were you upset about that?
I'm trying to remember. What was he ever charged with?
A gun charge that I disagreed with.
Nothing.
I disagreed.
He didn't do anything wrong with Burisma.
Well, but didn't you see it as a bad sign of impropriety as the son of the vice president? Well, you're just pointing out Don Jr. and this and that, and I'm like, kind of same concept. No, were you upset? That's what I'm asking.
Just to be clear, you think that Donald Trump's child getting a no-bid record-high contract from Donald Trump's Department of Defense is the same as Hunter Biden, who I think made the majority of his Burisma money when Biden wasn't even the vice president anymore? That's the comparison we're going with?
That's not true. He was the vice president.
For the beginning of it, but he worked up to
He got it because his dad was a vice president.
What do you mean? He's been on boards. He was part of the, it's like UNICEF or some health board. He had been on boards of major companies before he did the Burisma thing.
Because his father had influence.
Because what?
Because of his father's influence.
As a senator?
Well, yeah, welcome to fucking life, dude. Like, yeah, congratulations. You figured it out. Like, your connections help you in life and getting a good job. Yeah, who your parents are might ultimately help you in landing a good job. That's just fucking reality. That's why it says it's not what you know, it's who you know. So I don't know why fucking Santos here is acting like this is some big
Biden wasn't even
revelation
that Donald
like, oh, I can't believe fucking Joe Biden. I can't believe Hunter got job because his dad was vice president and you used his influence. Yeah, no shit, and you would too. That's just fucking the way the world works. Fuck you.
Donald Trump's child getting a no-bid record-high contract from Donald Trump's Department of.
He said he should ask George if his mom is Jewish as a joke since he likes to pretend that. Well, yeah. I wonder. I heard he gets a little spicier later on in the debate. But give me 1 second. Be right back. I'm going to let this play.
Defense is the same as Hunter Biden, who I think made the majority of his Burisma money when Biden wasn't even the vice president anymore. That's the comparison we're going with?
That's not true. He was a vice president.
For the beginning of it, but he worked up to
he
the...
got it because his dad was a vice president.
What do you mean? He's been on boards. He was part of the... It's like UNICEF or some health board. He had been on boards of major companies before he did the Burisma thing.
Because his father had influence.
Because what?
Because of his father's influence.
As a senator?
Yeah.
If you want to say that because his dad is a senator, fine. But even that statement is different than trading on his father's name.
He was trading on his father's name.
Really? Where's the proof of that? Don't say the big guy. I hope you got something more than that. The Republicans investigated this for like.
But the Republicans put
years.
The Republicans put James Comer, the
What?
worst Republican in the House. The guy's actually certifiably deaf with hearing aids. That's who we chose to investigate Biden. That's why it fell apart, because we put an idiot to do it.
Oh my God! It's like the argument from 5 minutes ago just reverberated from the back of the thing. It's
What?
all bad lawyers. It's all bad investigators.
Oh,
it's all
stop
bad.
it.
What does that say about the
Sir,
thing?
I was there when we were investigating it, and I saw how bad they were. They had
Because
a
there's a
bad
reason
chair.
why. Wait, at some point, certainly you must understand all of this incompetence pursuing these things. Perhaps it's not the incompetence. Perhaps the things that are being pursued lend themselves towards incompetent people.
say anything good?
Possibly.
Oh, yeah, because there's no incompetence in the Democrat Party, right?
Show me anything. Do you want to compare the Jack Smith indictments to any of the indictments from Bondi? Are we serious right
Oh,
now?
no, Bondi, I'm not going to talk about Bondi. That's a low. That's
Who can you talk about? Who in the Trump administration could you talk about that says that's doing a good job? Rubio? Maybe? Even that would be a stretch because he's still licking his ass. These people are soulless.
That's low-hanging fruit. I don't do that.
Okay, that was
That's
our
just
Attorney
me.
General of the United States of America.
I'm
who's the
very,
top chief,
I'm
you know,
very aware.
Attorney, okay,
It's
yeah.
just-
I think it says
I don't
something
do
about our
mean- I don't
DOJ
do
that she
mean
was
girl
headed by a person
comments.
that you think it's like punching down to even speak about them. So, but okay. What?
Really?
Yeah, she's a fucking retard. What? What do you want me to say? She came from Florida, okay? So what do you want me to say? Jeez, they breed them there. Just kidding, sorry. I live in Florida now. I can say that, so.
Oh, is that true? Is that true? No, seriously.
What?
Look,
We could try to move on to your
just
point.
get
It's
so
bad.
exhausted because this is the same talking point I'm sorry to the audience and I'm sorry to people at home because I think this conversation's been had with other people, other just plug and play, whoever it is, and we have the same conversations on a circulating.
Because the Republicans keep lying
virus
about
one.
it, yes.
But you guys only complain.
Because you guys won't acknowledge what's happening, and now we're here.
You guys wouldn't acknowledge weekends at Bernie's for 4 years.
Acknowledge what?
Literally, the White House was weekend at Bernie's for 4 years.
Was that
Like, Biden was checked out and AutoPen was running the country. There's a whole portrait on the White House. It must be true. It's hanging in the White House.
Didn't they drop that auto pen investigation?
Oh,
they
no.
did, didn't they?
No, they
because
did not.
they did.
It's
Because you know
still
why?
ongoing.
It's not. Because they made it up. You know there's no evidence for the auto pen thing, right? Hold on. Are you even willing to admit that? There's zero evidence that Biden auto penned a single thing?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, no, you're serious now. I'm actually shocked. You're saying that with a straight face. Come on, Steven.
Exactly, Ari. He does keep her clutching, and that's all Republicans can ever do because they have actually nothing to stand on because they're spineless fucking demons.
You're better than this.
And who would have guessed? Still no evidence. Who would have fucking thought?
You're going to say that
Not
Biden
only
never
was
used
there
the
no
auto
evidence
pen?
for it, do you think right now that we are getting the full truth about Trump's health?
I have no reason not to believe so.
Why would Trump brag about getting 3 good MRIs like in a row?
Well, girls
Do you think he
gotta
visits
get
the
an
hospital
MRI
for
to make
fun?
sure everything's in check.
Why is it that his doctor? Why is it his
What's
doc-
wrong with an MRI now? Are we anti-MRIs too?
Why? Well, half the Republicans
Jesus
seem to be these
Christ.
days. They don't believe in
I thought
vaccines
you were
anymore.
the party
so
of healthcare. Like, oh my God, let the guy have MRIs. You people
so they're
are
lying about
awful.
Trump's health.
Jesus.
You know they're lying about Trump's
Oh
health.
my God, we're
You know they're lying
universal
about Trump's
healthcare.
health.
The president gets 3 MRIs. Why did he get 3 MRIs? Like, are you serious now? Is that your big issue?
You notice how Santos is trying to imply that it's a number of MRIs and like usage that's the problem. It's not the fact that Trump is 80 years old, and you usually don't get an MRI unless things are bad. In which case, why would you get fucking 3 of them? But George Santos isn't actually having a conversation. George Santos is playing a character at best, and he's evil at worst. But let's try and look in the best in people, I guess. Whatever.
They're lying about his health.
He's fine. He's alive. Unlike, look,
Is he-
questionable about McConnell. If you were going to talk about McConnell, we don't even know if he's alive.
Donald Trump, so what, Nicki Minaj is part of the government now. What did they say? The Islamic Republic of Japan.
Keep Nikki's name out your mouth.
We had Putin instead of Zelensky. Donald Trump is making gaffes every single day,
You're
and nobody has
attacking
anything to
Why
say
are
about
you
any of
going
this.
after Nikki randomly?
Because Donald Trump
That's
brought up her
hateful.
name on accident. He misspoke. That's what I'm bringing.
She's
yeah.
amazing. That's why.
You're not even
meet
aware.
her, she
Oh, this is
graces your life.
the Republican tactic.
Stop.
I didn't hear about that. I didn't
just
hear about
fuck-
this thing. I
fuck
didn't hear about that.
I have been a barb
I didn't
much
hear
longer
about
than
that.
she became
I didn't hear about that. I'm just saying there's more evidence for Trump being senile than there ever was for
That
Biden.
is so not true.
Really?
True to the dimensionary. What the hell does that mean?
True to the what?
Well, but I don't know. That's literally what
Sure,
Joe Biden
you brought
said.
up. So you brought up the
Define that word.
that he misspoke.
He misspoke a lot.
Donald Trump misword us.
Even he knows. Yeah, it's just, again, none of this is fucking real. None of these people are serious. It's all a fucking game show. We're all living in the Truman world, and our directors and producers that are running this world are fucking retarded.
I mean, who do you want? What do you want the
Shut up,
comparison
Biden.
to be between? If Biden was
This
senile,
queen is
if
just so
Biden
exhausted, I
was
swear to God.
senile, I will take Biden senile to whatever Trump is right now, because whatever you call this is not working. I have never seen. Here's the thing.
If
I've never seen
Russia
in my life-
incurs 1 inch to Ukraine, they'll be held to pay. It's been 4 years, almost 5.
Oh yeah, and what was the day zero? I'm going to have a peace deal with Russia. I'm going to have a peace deal with Hamas. I'm going to have no new wars. I'm going to. We want to compare foreign policy records between Biden and Trump? We could do that if you want. It's not on the list, but
You're talking about cognitive decline. I'm talking about I'm talking about cognitive decline. You want to pivot? We can pivot.
I'm talking
we can
about
talk
cognitive
foreign
decline. You're talking
policy.
about an old guy who's being slow.
We were literally just talking about cognitive decline, and then you pivoted to foreign policy. We can pivot, but let's finish cognitive decline first, and then we can pivot to foreign policy.
Donald
Okay.
Trump had executive orders explained to him when they were handed to him for him to sign. He didn't seem to have any
every
idea.
single president has that.
Oh, that's crazy, because
No,
when
no,
I
no.
Googled that, because I was curious if that was true, and Biden seemed to explain his before he went and signed
That
it,
is
which
not
crazy.
true.
It
If
is.
you see the first 21 executive orders that Joe Biden signed the day he was sworn in, every single one of them, it's on video, was handed to him. Mr. President, this one is now the executive order on, and then blah, 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 blah. Okay, and signs.
Every
That's
single executive
every-
order that Trump was.
What's up, Marks, man? How you doing? Yeah, it's been a while since I've been streaming because I can never be consistent at it. So maybe this time, who knows? How you been? I've been pretty good. Married now. That's cool.
Single
Given
one.
somebody, he
Same
looks.
thing with Biden.
and
And
I think I streamed after I got married, but not sure. But how you been?
And same
it's
thing
not
with
true.
Obama.
People at home can go and look it up. I've looked it up before our stream. We watched them where Biden will explain it exactly. Because I had the same question. Is it normal that some fucking weirdo is explaining to you your own executive order while you're sitting there looking like a lizard with a fucking throat vagina, like trying to figure out what you're
Oh
even
my
supposed to sign? Like it's not normal. I'm sorry. Nothing about the Trump admin is normal with regards to this.
You can say all those mean things. He's still your president.
I will for now.
He's still
for now.
He's still your president.
Vance has got his
And he
eyes
was
on that.
twice.
Vance has got his eyes on
And
that.
he was your president twice, baby.
Well, maybe. Well, a lot of probably 3 times.
Girl,
So
stop.
you know,
Nah.
you know, who knows?
We saw that. We saw with
Look, all I can do is look. We won. Like fucking child. It might have actually been like 2 years since I saw your Twitch or something. Oh shit, yeah, it's been a minute. Then if that's the case, yeah, because I haven't been on Twitch in a while.
that with Democrats and we don't want to do that again.
With
right? There's a reason we have term limits. Is thanks to
gotcha.
Democrats.
Yeah. That makes sense then. Yep.
It's overstay.
Sure.
That was
Oh,
a
well,
while. God, time fucking
winning
flies.
elections, right?
Jesus.
Oh, winning elections.
Well,
Yeah.
winning elections, right?
Sure. 3 terms.
Wait, can I get you on the record right now? It won't happen because I'm going to survive the whole term. If Trump were to run again, you would like completely disavow that, right? You'd say this is absolutely not okay.
I've already did that.
Oh, what did what?
I said I don't think there should be more than 2 terms. He's already served his 2
I didn't
terms,
hear
and
that.
I
No,
love the
I just
guy.
wanted. I said you would disavow it. You would say Trump should
I already
not.
said
If he
should
runs
not
a third
run.
term, I
said
don't
he should
support
not.
him.
I said he should not.
If they run a disabled trans black non-binary woman as the Democrat and Trump runs again, I would vote for the disabled trans non-binary Democrat in the wheelchair.
I would not vote. I mean, why is the option so?
Oh
I just
my
wouldn't
goodness.
vote.
Okay. Close enough, I guess. Have you?
Going over going over Hassan on his shit is fun. I think maybe I should do that tomorrow. Maybe I should try and just gather up a bunch of unhinged shit that Hassan has done, compare it to Destiny, and just see if people can come and defend that. I just want to give people an opportunity to defend their position. Listen, the only reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to give you. Wait, hang on. Is my audio working? Okay. Yeah, you. The person watching this who's fucking butthurt right now. The person watching this who hates Destiny and says he's a sexual predator, says he's a demon, he's abusive, he sexually assaults women, blah, blah. I just want to see the evidence because I don't believe you. I think you're fucking lying. And guess what? I think the people that you like and the people that you support, like Hassan, are far worse people than Destiny is. And you know what? I could be wrong. And guess what? I don't know everything about Destiny, but from everything that's out in public and the way these people operate online, the way these people handle their communities and use their communities and use the money and influence they have, it's not even fucking close. And the reason that no one's actually in here bringing any evidence is because there is no evidence to support that claim. And they're all fucking wrong, and they're all fucking scared, and they're all fucking children, and they're all fucking gay, and it's all fucking stupid. All right? It's really lame. No one's going to have any evidence. No one's going to show anything. But whatever. I tried. But what are you going to do? But yeah, maybe what I'll do is I'll get all the evidence about Hassan and do a fun little thing about that. We'll see. Maybe we can do that tomorrow.
Ever seen anything? If you had to choose an action comparable to a president going on social media and announcing who he wants indicted and announcing the attorney that he wants to indict them, what is the comparable behavior here on the Democrat side?
Joe Biden weaponized his entire Justice Department to go after Trump for 4 years.
Okay, so I
mean,
didn't hear anything specific.
Melania Trump's panty drawer was tossed at Mar-a-Lago. It's a fact. It's in the
Well,
search
what was she hiding
affidavit.
there?
What the fuck does that matter?
Panties.
Okay, so
Thongs.
So,
I mean, I
okay,
get
so
it.
just to be clear-
I get it. I get it. It's hard to
No.
comprehend, but that
I
happened.
read all those indictments, so I'm glad to go through all of them.
No,
You want-
not the indictment.
No.
The affidavit of the search warrant.
I'm
It's
glad to
very
go through.
specific.
That's fine. Trump hides shit fucking everywhere, so they should toss whatever the
Oh,
fuck. He had over a
come
year to turn those documents back. Maybe the president of the United States shouldn't be hoarding top secret.
Joe Biden hoarded secrets in his garage.
What
in
happened when
Rehoboth
Biden?
Beach.
What happened when Biden found them?
He gave them in.
What happened when Trump found his? He's
He said-
ordered his employees to hide them from his own attorneys. It's in the indictment. I know. It sucks because like you have to actually read through those indictments. They're not like 2 pages like the stupid SPLC bullshit indictments that the barely literate people in the DOJ right now like to put out. But like, yeah, he was hiding documents all over Mar-a-Lago. We have pictures of them. We have pictures of the documents scattered all over the floor.
There is highly, and I think it's very messed up to say that there are highly competent individuals in the DOJ. Jay Clayton is a very respected attorney. Todd Blanche is a very respected attorney. So much so they
Todd Blanche.
Both of them were confirmed with Democrat votes. So then
Blanche?
I think Blanche is a very competent attorney. Yes.
Whatever he's been reduced to work under Trump is not.
Oh, come on. Just because he works for Trump now he's bad.
Well, I mean,
If RBG were alive and worked for Trump, you'd say she's bad.
That's the Supreme Court
But
justice.
that's the standard. That's
hold on.
your standard.
Just to be clear, do you think a Supreme Court justice serves at the pleasure of a? Do you think we?
No.
cycle all
I
night
gave
up?
an example. If she
You
were
gave
alive,
a bad example.
Okay.
The Supreme Court doesn't work for the president of the United States like an officer of the.
I
right?
didn't use her in her capacity as Supreme Court justice.
Oh, so
I'm
if she
saying
was like
as
the
a
attorney-
person. Yeah, if she was the attorney general.
Then
for
I would
Trump,
also say she's being bad. If she was working for Trump in the second term, yes. God bless her.
That's your standard. It's just work for Trump.
That if
bad.
you work for somebody who's asking you to do basically authoritarian things and you're carrying out that mission,
So Biden. So real quick, you do not think Biden weaponized the Justice
not
Department?
even close
At all.
You're absolutely dead in
Zero.
the water on that. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Here's a simple question.
I know.
Sure.
I know.
This
Gavin
is the
Newsom right
easiest-
now
Yeah,
feels
pout.
different.
Easiest
but-
Pout, Sandoz, pout.
question,
fine.
easiest question in the world. What is one piece of evidence of coordination between Biden and Garland?
I don't know. This is boring. Just because none of these conversations with these fucking Republicans are actually serious conversations. Fuck it. I'll look over stupid drama shit. Destiny versus Connor. This whole situation was fucking insane. One second, sorry. Okay, which one should I do? Let's see this one.
Oh God, is this going to trigger the f out of me? Oh boy. So like, generally speaking, you say, oh, here's this person can't live in the state or whatever.
Jesus,
I'm
no,
like, maybe
no.
not.
I can't have it on fast speed because this motherfucker.
But
Two
you're like trying to
times
hunt down
this
people
video,
that are like geographically
like a
near
fucking
somebody
psychopath.
for the purposes of some other thing. Then I mean, even if it is publicly available, personally, I think that would be considered doxing. Yeah, for sure.
They exist to point and laugh at them. True, if you're talking about people like Hassan. True, Fable the Cable. Fable the Cable. True. How you doing, buddy?
This seems like a topic in contention, but it's not. Okay? So, for instance, I live in the state of Florida. That's publicly available information. Now, if you're saying, I am Connor's in the state of Florida, and you're trying to be descriptive, and you know that I'm in the state of Florida, and there's no malice or harassment intended behind it, then obviously that is not doxing. However, what Destiny is pointing out, which might seem pedantic, but I think it's descriptively true, regardless of whether or not you think it's poorly motivated, is that just because it's publicly accessible and available does not mean that, that you can't use that for the purposes of harassment. So what they're saying is, unrelated to the drama that's involved, Dan Saltman has included a paragraph about a unrelated creator. He's redacted their information unnecessarily because it's their Twitter handle, Novaru, and it's the state that they...
Honestly, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I should have gotten that from the context of what I said in the moment, but it actually, you're right. It works both ways, but no, it actually works better for conservatives because they're, at least Hassan is ideologically motivated by something I disagree with, but people like Santos aren't. I would put Santos below Hassan. I think Hassan's more dangerous, but I don't know.
live in, Texas, which is on their Twitter handle.
There are certain lists that I can think that, what's his face, Santos is worse than Hassan.
Like their Twitter handle just says, you know, OnlyFans creator based in Austin, Texas, right? So if they're just describing it and there's no attempt to hurt that person, then it wouldn't be doxing, I suppose, in like intent or effect. Whereas if the intent or effect, and I think Destiny is correct descriptively, is if the intent or the effect is to harass said person digitally, then obviously even if you're like, oh, well, they didn't publish it, the purpose is like digital harassment. It might seem like
Is intent ever a part of this discussion, or is it all strict liability? I don't know. The reality is, and like this is where I would take the convo if I could, right? This is a lot like the Hassan shot caller thing. The shot caller thing is not really a big deal. The big deal is that he is positively punishing an animal to keep it locked in one place it doesn't want to be, so that it could be a show prop for his fucking stream. Now, it could be a shot caller, it could be a verbal command, it could be anything. Vibration, that's kind of crazy. That's like disgusting, crazy behavior. Now, people just have an aversion to any type of like punishment, especially physical, whatever, corporal. Do you say that for dogs? I don't know, like any type of like correction that involves physical, anything of the dog. So the shot collar thing was the huge thing. But like, it's really the fact that he's using some sort of discipline to keep this dog locked in place all day for a stream. That's crazy. But the issue here is that like, it's not about the doxing. Who the fuck cares about the doxing? The issue is you are finding people that you perceive to be as not on your team on this, whatever this shit is, and then you are leveraging every single asset and weapon you can to hunt this person down, and then to try to split them off by engaging in like multiple levels of harassment to break them away from whatever person you're going after. That's really the issue. Everybody has their own feelings on shit. Personally, I wouldn't fix it on the doxing part. I don't give a fuck about the doxing part. The issue is this hyper fixated, hyper coordinated, top down mediated harassment campaign against people. This is wild. It's insane. But when it becomes like this autistic fixation, like, well, does this count as doxing or not? It's like, okay, well, who knows, right? But if you understand it to be the other thing, well, of course it makes sense that you would redact as many names that are unnecessary as possible, because the more these people are implicated in anything, the more all these other fucking lunatics will go after those people to try to split them off or break them apart, right?
Get wrapped around it, even though it's silly to get wrapped around it. So let me thank, we got a few super chats. Let me thank people. Old School for says, can you turn the audio up? I did. Hedonic Samuel says, long live the cog. Grilling season is upon us. Doing a tomahawk steak on my Weber this morning. Let's fucking go, bro. And then Anonymous Shatter says, thank you, Booby Bear. You're welcome. Thank you for the multiple donations. I appreciate you. Let's continue on the thing. And if you're wondering what I'm drawing, this, I'm going to keep drawing it, but basically I'm trying to demonstrate the relationships between all the players.
Very simple question. You're trying to overcomplicate it to give the perception that I'm wrong somehow. And it's not true. I'm correct.
I'm not even saying you're wrong. This is the definition for doxing that I've literally always given, is when you're trying to make personally identifiable. Which top chat replay to live chat. Fileable information available just for the purposes of harassing somebody. I would consider that doxing.
Okay.
I think most people agree, even if you wanted to say it in other words, generally speaking, that's how we view it.
So.
But what is the, I'm curious, what is this next line from the Kent Gross or whatever, where he's saying, like, anyone know how to gay ops them into revealing more info? What does that mean?
So sure, I agree with you. That's potentially troubling. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know what he means.
Potentially troubling. Have you didn't watch Destiny vs. Trent Horn? I haven't, Chase. What's that? What is that?
Gay op or more information. So yes, I agree. That looks bad.
Let me see. And also, really consider both Santos and Hassan pure grifters. That's why Hassan enjoys all the fruits of the enemy ideology, but has none of the shame that would go along with it. Yes, I can agree with that a little bit. I do think that Hassan believes some of the bullshit that he says, but I just don't believe that. I don't think he thinks that it'll ever get that far. But so he believes. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that if he ever got his socialist dream, I think he thinks he would be just part of the ruling class, part of the political class, and he would live like the fat cats in the Soviet Empire did. Like, he would be Stalin. That's what he would he would hope he would be, or a high-ranking party member. So his life would be fine. He would still have his Porsches and his mansions and his fucking servants and his maids that he has to speak into Google Translate on his phone to talk to. So he would be fine. He just doesn't believe that he would ever suffer any of the negative consequences of the ideology that he preaches. So let me check that. What did you say? You said Destiny versus Trent Horn. Who's Trent Horn? Oh, this guy? Jesus Christ, this guy was a fucking dope. I remember. God, and he's like so smug for being so fucking stupid. I do remember that, Chase. Jesus, I'm kind of upset you reminded me of that one.
You wretch, you fucking wretch, mate. You know exactly what that means, mate.
No. I'm just curious. Wait, when you read it, like, how does that read to you? Like, what is like the plain reading of that? What do you assume that to mean?
I'm super loud.
They're looking to play some trick on someone to get them to reveal more information they don't want to reveal.
Okay, close. Okay. And then, so in the context of talking about like a person and where they live, and then they're talking about gay opsing them to say they reveal more info, doesn't that? But what about the argument that you're responding to doxing with doxing? For that, you have to have either I have to be there to have the conversation, or you need to have like a strong person who understands like all the arguments to be there. The worst types of people for those situations are, no offense, I love all of you, but are like your Wicks and your Connors, because in their mind it's literally all the same, and they will play the worst type of both sidesism because they just aren't sophisticated enough to understand like what's happening. The question you should always ask, I've said this from the beginning of my internet existence, whenever some crazy fuck shit happens with somebody, my first question is always like, oh my God, did you hear that A did this crazy shit to B? My first question is always like, oh shit, what did B do? Why did A do that? What was going on there, you know? Because A could be a horrible, terrible, malicious actor, or B could have had it coming. It really depends on what's going on, you know? Yeah. But the frustrating thing too is that these actors like Connor or Wick or whatever, I don't know if they just don't understand it or they don't care or whatever, but the people that I'm arguing with do understand it, and they will make those arguments for ethical doxing, right? Which is what happens later on in this video, is when they realize, like, okay, well, hold on, is all doxing bad? Well, if it's a person that's harassing Pinky Chew, who is a victim of sexual assault, and we need to get this information in order to help out Pinky Chew, right? Isn't it good? Whoa, so okay, maybe it is. Maybe there's a time and a place for where having an identification of a...
Okay, I've been live for... Someone's launching fireworks. Been live for 1 hour, 7 minutes. Not a single fucking person has come forward with evidence, just like I said would happen, because there is no fucking evidence. You guys fucking suck, all right? Fuck you.
person is actually like a worthwhile thing, you know? So, you know, if you ask people, well, why have you guys doxed Destiny? Why did you guys dox these people? You know, what is your goal for doing it? On their side, it's because he said something I don't like, or he was mean to somebody I don't like, or that I do like, or he has a political opinion I disagree. I don't even know actually what I don't know what the rationales they give for any of these people are. I'd have to go in and look in particular, but usually it's just because they're trying to isolate and separate off political enemies, right? For the people that I've been involved with this with, it was because they were spam copy pasting insanely disgusting sexual attacks against the girl that I was debating from a lolcow forum, from another thread that it wasn't her thread, but it was somebody else's thread for a person that she dated. And then they were spamming those attacks into Gisticle's Discord via Kelly Jean oftentimes. And they were using that to attack my girlfriend at the time because they thought that it was disgusting that she hadn't publicly disavowed me and left me. So the issue with people like Connor and Wick is they're too fucking retarded to see the difference between these scenarios. They're like, well, it's still all the same. It's really not. If you're not a fucking retard, it's really not the same at all. But like they just don't understand. So these are like, again, it's always the worst when you have the people in the center that you have to go through to demonstrate the insanity of the other side, because they play this like, well, I think that it's all bad. And it's like, okay, yeah, me too. It'd be cool if nobody...
No fucking evidence. I'm so disappointed. How do I edit this, actually? 1 second.
was doing this kind of behavior, but that's sound a little...
I mean, it sounds bad, but I need more context to understand what the Candress was getting at. Yes, I'd like to hear a response as to, you know, what is he looking to get out of it, and what is the gay op exactly?
Can you spin an example where this would be acceptable? What is a gay ops? I honestly still don't understand. Gay ops is the internet slang version of astroturfing. So gay ops would be, I know that Connor is streaming today. I really want Connor to hate Destiny, so I'm going to make an account called for Brofester Hit Squad DGG, and I'm going to go onto Connor's chat, and I'm going to type things like, don't you think that don't you think that Destiny was right when he said that monogamous relationships suck and that's why you got divorced? Like, wasn't Destiny, it'll be like stuff like that to where the content creator will see it, he associates it with DGG or with me, and then they get these opinions over time. This is what gapping is. It's astroturfing. It's creating other accounts to go in and mislead people about where you're from, and then to kind of subtly inject your ideas or your, you know, whatever you want that community's kind of understanding of a thing to be. That's what gaps are. Chud absolutely knows what gaps is. Every single person that's operated in these spaces for the past decade absolutely knows what gaps is. Everybody does. He's had stream titles in the past that know what gaps is. Can you spin an example where this would be acceptable behavior to you? No.
Not necessarily. No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't engage in this behavior. I don't say this sort of thing. So I'd like to understand more so what, you know, Nicandros is saying before I could really say.
Are there any other things, or is this, are we just looking at this page of stuff?
We can
I think
look
there's
at the
another
next
page. Yeah. Well, let's read through this one and we'll go to the next one.
Okay, so
Well, did we finish that other one? The other one, the first page here? We finished that? I'm on your stream, so I might be a little delayed.
It could be a first sprint tectone. Definitely not something going on. Definitely.
That's why everyone should be required to be identified on the internet and to relink their SSN.
Yeah, I'll get to where it gets good.
Sure. And then in my manifesto.
Boy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? Just milking the content. How you doing?
Doing great. What are we talking about in here today?
Yeah, let me show you a
Fucking Doobie. What a creepy fucking loser.
picture. Well, this is I think actually incredibly pertinent to the conversation.
Incredibly creepy fucking loser.
So let me go ahead and pull this up here. Let me go ahead and share it with you guys. So, what I started this morning stream with is the reasonable ask that I heard you articulate that I'm okay with is, do not allow snarkers into your community to endlessly talk shit about me, or I will no longer associate, fraternize, debate, or talk with you. Which I think that's reasonable because we haven't done that. We don't have 6-hour anti-Destiny hate rallies in our VC or text thing. And so if you prohibit it from that...
Wait a second. Can I ask a quick question on this just to check?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
And I'm asking from a total place of ignorance. So if I were to go around and ask, there has not a single time in the past 6 months been a 1+ hour voice call with Doobie in here talking about how I'm a pedophile or anything. That
Ain't no evidence in the room.
would be true.
And Connor,
I would have to
actually, I don't think I've ever called you a pedophile. Wait, no, I think I did once as a meme, but I think
Dude,
Connor
shut
was
the fuck up.
You shut the
Okay,
fuck up.
Connor,
let's
I'm asking a
Connor's
play.
observer. They can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever had that conversation.
Let's try
Still ain't no
to play nice,
in the room.
just so we can get through the substance, and then if we want to be mean
Yes.
after the substance, then we can be mean after the substance. To my
Has
knowledge,
Doobie ever VC'd in here at all?
I think he's VC'd in here.
Yeah, a few times.
And I've never been a subject of that conversation if I were to run around and ask people. I've never been a thing that he's been in. Nobody's ever been in here, for instance, and I've been brought up, and then somebody's like, we need to get
Maybe
Doobie in here to talk about Destiny.
you would
Doobie, I'm not
have
asking
to- you
Doobie,
would have
you're a
to talk to-
self-admitted
hold on.
pedophile.
Can
I'm
I
not talking to you
answer?
right now. Doobie, I don't care. No, I don't care.
There's a
I don't care what you're
freeway.
going to say, Doobie. I'm asking you, Connor.
Yes,
if I were to ask,
there's-
if I were to ask your server, if I
Connor
were to
isn't
go
in
and
his
poll
voice yet.
your server, none of these people would say, "Oh no, we've never heard somebody say, quick, grab Doobie. Destiny is the topic of the conversation for Doobie to come in and do all of the ordinary smears, right?"
I would appreciate 30 seconds to answer. To my knowledge, the answer is no. The people that I would ask if this had ever happened in the past 6 months are Taze, who's my former editor and former chief mod, Fellrunner, who's my current chief mod, and I would ask them if they'd ever seen anything like that.
Can you drag one of them in here and ask them?
Yeah, sure. Fell was on here 30 seconds ago. Do you?
Yeah, drag him
well,
in.
hold on, real quick. Before I create like another chat, I suppose. I just want to ask a quick question. Destiny, do you have anything that you want to say to Doobie, or you want feedback from Doobie on? And Doobie, do you have anything that you want to say to Destiny or give him feedback on? Because if you guys don't have,
Why would I
anything
have
for
a
each
mutual
other-
one-on-one? Doobie's goal is to destroy my life, Connor. You're fucking
Which is
retarded.
not
That was the
true.
dumbest
You're, like,
question you've ever asked in your
delusional.
entire.
It is incredible. It is actually incredible how fucking retarded Connor was in this entire saga.
You're delusional.
Your
That's
entire
not
life.
True. It's just
Okay,
not true.
so,
But
do
I wanna
you
say
have
one thing,
anything
though.
that
Let's
you
think
want to
about
talk to him about? Yes or no?
Well, I mean, we
I
could
do
do.
wanna
I
say
mean, we
one
can
thing.
run this. We could.
Does anyone in the chat know where I can get a link to the Melting Pot Discord channel? If someone knows, let me know.
Run this one thing, Connor. Do you find his arguments for why it's acceptable to dox my kid and his mom who live in a separate state from me? Do you find those arguments compelling?
As a description, yes.
So you think that if you dox a person, then it is the equivalent to dox the other person's every single unrelated family member, because the one person who got doxed might have a family member that lives with them?
Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and ask you a question.
Okay.
Doobie,
No.
can I kick you?
I don't need
Can I kick
anything
you?
else. I just wanted to hear that. That's okay. We don't have to
Doobie,
run
can I
that,
kick you so Desi and I can just hash this?
No. I don't, Connor.
How do you guys not get doom repealed on American politics, sliding more into populist slop versus practical policies, and then the same happening to Hassan Destiny's streaming influence? You just kind of got to realize that people have always been fucking stupid, and there's always been shitty politics, and it's our job to stop them. It sucks. There are times now where I get completely doom repealed, especially with Russia, with their influence in American media and culture. But what are you gonna do? You got to keep fighting. Listen, it does suck now, but listen, it's been worse and it can get worse. So I'd rather stop it from getting worse before it does. So that's kind of my best defense against being completely doom repealed and quitting.
I'm not gonna have that conversation with you. I don't give a fuck, honestly.
Yeah, I think-
the second question is.
I give a fuck.
The second question.
I give a fuck because I think. Hold on. If we are, I know the thumbnail was a meme, but I think that this situation is actually quite serious, and you are thinking about like complete disassociation from me and Wick. So
It's not serious, Connor. This is not a serious conversation, and I won't understand. I'll just hang out. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. Like that opinion is so immediately stupid. I'm not even going to pretend to have a conversation with you unless. There have to be able to remove all the financial incentive.
Yeah, Doobie, sorry, I'm gonna kick
it's such
you,
a stupid fucking opinion. No, wait.
That's fine.
Hold on, wait. There were like two other things related to. Oh
No.
fuck.
No.
Wait.
If you're
You just let this guy.
going to say, hold on.
You just let this guy talk unchallenged for 4 fucking hours. Apparently, you're doing fucking the same racist memes against my community scholars, and now he gets to leave right away because you wanted to.
You want me to call him back? I'll literally call him back. But I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'll literally call him back in the next 30 seconds. I'll bring Fel on in order to ask the exact questions what you want to ask. But what I'm not going to do, and I'll tell you right now, is I'm not going to have you say that after you and I have had a 5 going on 6-year relationship, that you get to deem a topic undeserving of your time, attention, or conversation. That's not happening. So if you want to have a conversation about whether or not doxing an individual is equivalent to doxing their family, we can have that conversation. If you want to talk to Doobie, we can talk to Doobie.
Do it real quick, dude. Run it down. Go ahead.
So, okay. So,
God, I know I suck at streaming, but at least I don't not have my face on it.
if I get doxxed, my name, phone number, and address are located, how hard do you think it is to find my extended family members?
What? I don't know. Depends on where they live. Could be pretty easy, I guess.
It's sometimes it's as easy as a white pages or yellow pages Google search. So now I have to wonder whether or not because you didn't even want to talk about this topic. Now that we're talking about it and I ask you a pretty simple and direct question, you're saying, I don't know. I think you know.
The problem, Connor, the reason why this is the most retarded topic in the world is because you're talking about using theoretical collateral damage to make a direct target of somebody else's family member. Do you know if any of the people that I've doxed even have family members that live with them or even have children at all?
No, I don't.
No,
but at the same time, don't you think it's a logical inference?
Hold on, wait. But Doobie is running around here dozens of times making these arguments in these weird fucking whatever the fuck 6-hour VCs on all these servers, arguing that my kid and his mom are fair game. Are you fucking crazy, Connor?
Sure. Let's go ahead and address that. So let's say hypothetically, Doobie's actually no. We don't even have to treat it as a hypothetical. We could treat this as a real thing.
Let's talk about. There you go. Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about real things. So Doobie does have a family. Have you called for his docs in the past? Excuse me?
Doobie has not been doxxed.
Have you called for his docs in the past? I'm pretty sure we had a conversation about it in person.
I've tried to find it.
Fucking
Yeah, but I don't have it.
Holy shit.
Okay, so if you had found it, would you have published it?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
He has a family. So his argument is you don't know what's going on in people's lives. And
anyone who considers their political opposite as the enemy isn't all there in the head to begin with. I don't agree with that necessarily. Like, they can be the enemy, like any competition, the opponents are the enemy. But, like, yeah, I don't think it should be, like, Civil War level enemy. I think that's dangerous and bad. But, listen, fucking Republicans are crazy. They want to pass some fucking crazy shit right now. So, yeah, I have a problem calling them our enemies. At least not right now with the way they're acting.
when you expose their PII, you don't know if, most of the time it's going to be fine, but you don't know whether or not you're going to put them in direct harm, correct?
I mean, that's kind of the point of doxy, yeah?
Right. So if Doobie was, we're not even engaging in hypotheticals, we're engaging in a real example. So if you had doxed Doobie, let's say you just found his PII, you publish it to the internet, and let's say that he is the internet vigilante that he claims to be, and then Adam often finds his house and kills him and kills his fucking family. Aren't you partially responsible for that behavior?
You possibly could be, but
no,
do you think that it would be the same?
Give me that bullshit.
Let me ask you one question. This is what we're talking about.
You know that you are.
Connor, you don't have to talk to me about this because this has been my life for the last year. You fucking retard. Okay? So, hold on. So shut the fuck up. Let's say that I were to find fucking Doobie's information, and then I found the information of his kid, and I started posting his kid's docs. Do you think that's the same thing?
No.
Thank you. Then you agree with me. Then move on to another topic because this is fucking retarded.
No. I won't. Because it's quite clear. So let's say that you had posted his PII and then he'd gotten swatted and his dogs had gotten shot. Or his kids had gotten injured in the thing. You're partially responsible, yeah?
Sure.
And
But
then
it's still not
inversely,
it's still not, Connor, it's still not the same as posting his children's docs.
I don't think that's even the argument that he made.
That is the argument. He's saying that it is okay to A-log my minor child, and that it would be fine to post my kids and my kids'
do you have a
mom's
clip,
docs.
or do you have somebody that could give me that clip?
Bring him in here. He'll argue it.
We understand, because seriously, some DGG chatters were some of the dumbest motherfuckers who jumped in my
DGG
chat
chatters
today.
or DG Jeets, Connor?
What?
DGG chatters or DG Jeets, Connor?
I wasn't going to say Jeets. I'm not anti-Indian.
Okay.
Buttered chicken and fucking naan bread is fucking fire.
Again, making a joke to try and fucking lower the tensions in a situation because you're getting fucking reamed out is always a sign that someone's flailing. Remember that. I'm going to keep saying it until everyone remembers it.
All right, give me a second.
All right.
DGG.
And yeah, I am fucking tired today, so slow energy. But I'm going to be back tomorrow because I'm going to give these motherfuckers another chance. And they're going to fail again because they fucking fail at everything because they're fucking losers.
Jeets, Jesus Christ. All right, hold up. Let me go into Discord. Let me make a new one. Destiny.
What do you mean make a new one? He can't just join this one again?
Doobie, if you can hear this, can you join back up? Or can I click the call button again? And should I hang up and call again? I'll hang up and call again and see if that works. 1 second. I'm not doing this whole, like, fucking it's too sensitive to fucking talk about thing. I need to fucking go play video games and fucking jerk off. I'm not doing that.
Like, anybody,
that's not
again, like, I don't know who falls for this fucking shit. Like, is it all just children? I mean, it could be, but it's actually fucking depressing. But do you plan on streaming regularly, or is this an on and off? Ideally, Mark, I would like to continue to do it regularly. I'm just not good at doing that regularly. Hopefully I can, because honestly, I want to keep doing it at least until somebody fucking like is willing to talk to me about this shit. Because again, it's embarrassing. I'm working on Mike from PA right now. I doubt he'll reply because he's a big fat pussy. Hold on. Hey, Mike from PA, reply, you fucking pussy. Actually, come and talk to me. Don't try and do some Twitter thread viral bullshit. Be a man. Talk to me. All right. Yeah. I'll send that out to him later, maybe. So yeah, I mean that'll be fun. But yeah, I would actually try and like to Jesus, I would like to try and do this more regularly, even just for a little bit every day. And I should do that to get my confidence up, so that I can actually think I can actually do this. But I drove back from vacation today, so I am a little tired. So I'm going to go for a little bit longer, probably for another half an hour. But we'll see if anybody shows up. But I doubt they will. No one has so far. Who would have fucking guessed?
Happening. All right, Doobie. So the accusation is that you are saying that A-logging Nathan and doxing Nathan is greenlit through Destiny's behavior. And no offense, Destiny, but I'm just going to say it.
He's gone.
Was that on purpose? No. Hello?
My dad.
Okay.
Destiny, are you with us?
I'm here. Dewey, did you say that it was acceptable to A-log my son and save the information until he's an adult to send it to somebody later on in the goal of getting him fired from a job or kicked out of school?
No, I said the opposite.
What did you say?
Okay, so I'll just lay it out for you, right? And you can tell me why you disagree with this.
You got to make him answer faster, bro. I don't know. Because he's going to say he has to...
It's
After
literally
ram-
descriptive versus prescriptive, Steven. You used
Connor,
to be
shut
the
the fuck up.
master
You're
of this
so
argumentation.
fucking retarded.
Don't tell me
Holy
to
shit.
force him to answer the
Oh
question
my God,
quicker
you're
and
so
then tell me to
fucking
shut the
retarded.
fuck up. That doesn't make
shit.
sense.
I'm losing my mind. It's all good. Don't worry. I just woke up. So my fuse
You don't
is
have
low.
anything else to do, motherfucker. You gonna jerk off, go
Oh
bang a
my
Tinder
God.
chick?
I have a million other things to do, and jerking off and banging a Tinder chick would be infinitely more entertaining than listening to the same guy that was slobbering and crying about food shops being hosted by my stream at night make justifications for why guys who are spending hours every day, why they get doxed by
You
fucking family,
freak.
why they should
Most
be allowed,
people don't
why
want
they
to
should be
mix
allowed
with
in your
pedophiles,
server.
Steven. That's a normal opinion. It's a
Connor,
normal
Doobie is in here.
opinion to
Doobie
not
is
want to
literally-
hang out with pedophiles.
Doobie is in here. I don't hang out with these people. And Doobie's in here begging little girls for their fucking nudes and DMs to see if they've sent them to other guys
you
on
hung
their
out
server.
for
He's
6
literally
years,
bragging
you
about
rotten
this, dude.
motherfucker.
That fucking that confession from Doobie was fucking wild. I cannot believe he would admit that live as himself. It's fucking insane. That is a sign that he's not mentally well.
You
Fucking
hung with
retarded,
Doobie
Connor.
for 6 years.
Let him do the next one. You what?
You hung out with Doobie this.
And this claim by fucking Connor here is so fucking stupid. He tries to compare it to his relationship with Destiny, but haven't they hung out in real life? Like, what the fuck?
Same as me for 6 fucking years. Don't tell me you don't hang out with these motherfuckers. That's a lie.
hold on, to be clear, I'm not a pedophile.
That's a lie.
When do I hang out with Doobie?
Wait, hold on. To be clear, I'm not a pedophile.
Prime
Fuck you.
time panels,
Doobie, if you're not a
Dylan
pedophile,
Burns
that makes you a laugh
panels,
trying, okay?
fucking the entire goddamn panel scene where I met you too, by the way. Fuck out of here.
I'm sorry, are we saying hang out is when on panels together? In that case, fine. I guess I hang out with Vivian,
Our
MX Wolf,
relationship
and all
was
these other
based
people
off of
too.
panels for the first 3 years of our friendship, you motherfucker. So yeah,
Okay.
don't get all fucking dismissive about the fucking panel
just
scene all of a
Connor,
sudden.
everything you're saying is the most. You think that the friendship that we have right now is the same as
No, it's not. You're just fucking
Okay, yeah,
pissed
so-
off, and you know a bunch of
I'm-
fucking
yes, I am
sycophants
pissed
will
off.
jerk you
Yes.
off, and I'm not gonna do it.
Sycophants? My sycophants? You're so
Yes.
how many?
Yes.
Doobie, I'm curious. Doobie, if you had to guess, how many side splinter discords can I open right now that are cheering on Connor for standing up to the evil, horrible, terrible Destiny? How many do you think I can open up right now?
Stand
You're
up
talking
to
about
me
sycophants.
on something
No,
that's
You're
I mean,
real.
so
hold on,
fucking
I can tell-
retarded. You're so fucking retarded. Sorry, no. Doobie, go ahead and justify why you can A-log my 15-year-old kid. Go.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll lay it out for you again, like I did to Connor. So there are lots of crazy people online. When you encourage doxing of other people in the space, you don't know what the fuck, who you're talking to, right? There could be some fucking lunatic in your community that sees
Make it
us,
briefer.
and thinks, sure, that sees me, believes everything you say about me, and thinks that I'm trying to take you down, and thinks it's justified to attack me physically, to attack my family physically. There could be people that I have unrelated beef with, right? And I do. That might say, hey, we have Doobie's address now. Let's go fucking kill him. So I'm not saying that you personally would be doxing
This fucking Doobie is such a creep. Listening to him, his fucking voice makes my skin crawl.
my son, but you doxing me, given that I live with my fucking son, would put my entire fucking family at risk. That is just a reality. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I don't accept it. I would not do that to you or your son ever. I would never support that, ever. What I'm telling you is just you need to stop creating this environment where that's going to be normalized.
Just curious, Connor, did you hear an explanation there, or is that?
I did, and I've been linked clips where people have said his description, like what he's saying right now, is a lie. And then when I get linked the clips, he's saying the exact same thing.
What he has
if
said,
you want to
hold on,
show
wait,
him
wait,
being
wait,
a
what he has
liar,
said- what
give
he
me the
has
clip.
said-
I would love
what
it.
What he has said is that right now, based on the rules that I've created, A-logging my child would be fair game. Right, Doobie?
Correct, because you put his child at risk.
Okay, so these are morally equivalent actions in your eyes is stalking a 15-year-old child until they're 18 to turn in whatever you manage to collect to their future employer, whatever. That is the morally equivalent action to posting the name and address of somebody and then maybe having family members that live with them. These two things are morally equivalent to you.
If you are risking his child of homicide, why wouldn't he be allowed to A-log and dox your child?
Okay, so then just
If
to be
you're
clear,
putting his child- no, answer
Connor,
that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. No. Okay, I agree with you. It's fair game right now. If I find the docs of any of Doobie's family members, it's fair game for me to post them, right?
Has he doxed you?
No, but he's made the argument that it's fair game to go after my family, so I should be able
Is
to
he
go after his,
being
right?
descriptive or prescriptive?
I'm being descriptive. I'm just saying, it would be, right? Like, he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
But if he's-
Descriptively,
but-
Connor.
hold on.
Descriptive.
I know.
I'm just describing. Descriptive,
I
Connor.
know you know this, which is why this
Connor.
conversation is so frustrating.
Connor.
If I'm describing, because
describing.
you've talked about tit for tat, you've
Connor.
talked about eye for an eye.
Connor,
right?
I'm describing right now. Connor, I'm only describing.
Excuse me?
I'm only describing. I didn't say I would do it. I didn't say I should do it. I'm just saying that if I did, he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
You don't think that's a substantive difference?
I never said I should do it. I'm just saying he wouldn't be able to complain about it. Like, I could do it and I would have justification for it, but that's it. I'm not saying I should.
So hold on. Let's
Yeah,
go.
so you
let's
agree
go
with it.
ahead.
Just agree. You
One
don't have to- we don't
sec-
have to-
Stop talking.
Oh my God.
So if Doobie doxed you first and he put your child at risk based off of an eye for an eye morality, you would be entitled to doxing his family and putting his family at risk. That's descriptively true. Where
The
is that
description that
wrong?
Doobie was making was that some crazy person might find a dox to do something horrible to his family and blah, 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 blah. My
Correct.
argument would be some crazy person, and by crazy person, I mean the people that are already stalking, doxing, and harassing me and calling SWATs on my family members, they might see Doobie's argument and go, oh, Doobie's actually spitting fire here. We should actually try to SWAT and murder his fucking family. I have way more evidence on my side for this.
That's not what's
so
happening.
you're retarded. Okay, that's fine. Then what's the next argument I have? Doobie is making those arguments in discourse.
You can't
Yes, he is.
describe something inaccurately, declare victory, and walk away. That's not how
What do you
any
mean?
of
What
this
am I
works.
describing inaccurately? Doobie is making a description
You're
for
trying to
justifying.
move on because you
What's my
cannot.
prescription?
I'm not trying to
so
move
hold
on.
on.
No,
hold
hold
on. Let me answer this directly. Answer this directly. I want you to answer this directly.
Yeah.
If Doobie doxed you and put your child at risk, would you not be descriptively entitled to doxing him and putting his children at risk?
The goal of doxing is not putting their children.
That's not
at
an
risk.
answer.
If that happens, it's collateral. Sure. If
Don't
somebody
evade.
doxes somebody, I think you can dox them. Yeah, sure.
Don't it? Oh, okay. So the answer is yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So 6 months to a year ago, you were calling for Doobie to be doxed. He has children. And so you put his family at risk. So descriptively, he's saying you are creating a world in which it is okay for
No, I
him to do
understand
the
this.
same to
I
you, but
understand.
he's
Yes.
not going to.
He doesn't have to. He's out here in discords doing the equivalent of calling for it. When you're out here saying Destiny wouldn't be able to complain if people doxed his whole family because he's created the world for it, and that's the world we live in now, that's the argument he's making. If he's going to say that there's a chance that a crazy person in my community, of which this has never happened, by the way, is going to go and find his family members and cause damage to his family, why is it not the same on his side when people have done this to my family?
Okay, so hold on. Let's go ahead and follow that. So based off of that, you're saying that he's creating the stochastic permission structure through which you can be doxed and harassed. And since you're being doxed and harassed, you have the right to dox him.
No, hold on. I don't care about me being doxed and
what you
harassed.
just
As you're
said.
proving here, I'm barely fucking human to you guys anyway, so I don't care about me. What I'm saying
You're
is
human
that
to me, you cunt. I'm your fucking
What I'm
friend.
saying is that.
But
what
guess
I'm
what?
saying is that-
Your friends don't just let you
God.
do whatever the
Oh
fuck you
my
want.
God.
They call you out
Yeah.
when you're doing something
Yeah,
stupid.
call me out. Oh my God, you guys are so entitled. It drives me fucking insane. But that's fine.
Oh,
It's okay.
I'm
Connor.
sorry.
My question.
I'm sorry. I think you're doing something
It's
cringe
really
and
not-
gay. And I'm entitled because I'm saying you're doing something cringe and gay?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
you
fuck
are.
you. So you do want to tongue up your ass.
So yeah, dude, that's me. You totally figured it out, bro. Not the guy that's in here donating. What was it, $10,000 to streamers for the past 18 months to try to hold on to fucking friendships so they didn't go into Discords and talk about me non-fucking stop for a year? Not that guy. I'm the one who wants the special treatment. Wasn't your mod just in here earlier telling you that people like Doobie were a fucking cancer? Maybe he wants to tongue up his ass too. Who's that fucking stuck-up loser? What was his name? Fells? What'd you call him?
Don't be mean to Fellrunner. Fellrunner likes you.
I just want to know who else wants to tongue up their ass, but you don't want people that are gossiping, calling them pedophiles, and taking part actively in communities that have been doxing, swatting, making bomb threats to his fucking family for the past 2 years. I don't know who else is like a spoiled fuck like that.
Okay.
So my simple question. Fuck.
Go ahead.
My simple question is how is Doobie running around all these VCs making the argument that, well, according to Destiny, it should be okay to A-log his child and his family members and dox them? How is that not also creating an environment where crazies can, find or think that they have some justification in doing this?
Because if you actually watch the clips in their entirety, immediately after he gets done saying that in descriptive nature, he says, I wish everybody would stop doing this shit so we could return to what Twitch and YouTube politics was 2 years ago, where doxing was not something that we would tolerate. It was a taboo.
Which side do you think contributes to it, Connor?
Which side do I think contributes to the normalization of doxing and harassment?
Let me ask you this question. If I were to drop all of my aggression towards these communities, do you think that they would still continue to dox, swat, harass, inject themselves into my life in as many ways as possible?
I think yes. Okay.
And if they were to stop, do you think that I would be, for months, years after, be like, guys, we still got to go after Doobie. We got to get this guy. We got to fight. Do you think that I would continue on?
No.
If they were to stop? Okay, so it's them. I don't know why you're making this a both sides thing. It's them. You understand
Because I can articulate this. Because you are engaged in total warfare. You are going scorched earth. If we were to analogize this to Vietnam, you are dropping fucking napalm. You're burning thatched houses. You're executing.
It's so cringe when people do this fucking listing off things to try and sound like they know what they're talking about.
Civilians who are sympathetic to the fucking Viet Cong.
Hold on. What is the most scorched earth thing that I've done?
Doxing esports Batman. And doxing Wicked Supreme.
I wish I lived.
And calling for myself.
I wish I lived in a world where that was like the scorched earth, because holy fuck, that sounds like heaven to me.
Is that
I
morally
can't even
justified?
believe. I'm not talking about morally justified. I'm just saying that your portrayal of this is scorched earth, when I have a community of people who are weaponizing mentally ill women to try to destroy my fucking life in court, when I got people calling bomb threats in on my apartment, my parents' apartment, you're like, the worst thing ever, Destiny, you're going scorched earth because you doxed a few of the most active members of these communities, Destiny, that's fucking scorched earth. By the way, just curious, what has happened to any of these people? Have any of them been swatted?
Nothing's
Has anybody shot?
Crazy. How old's this video? How's this video? A month old and nothing's happened? Fucking shocking. Maybe DGG, for the most part, isn't as crazy as people make it out to be. Who would have fucking thought?
Places work? Has anybody sued any of these people? Has anything happened to any of these people at all?
I'll ask you a question. Was it moral or just to do what you did?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Self-defense and accountability.
Wait.
If Doobie doesn't like the idea, that him running around saying insane shit about me 24/7 all this time, if he thinks that his real life name being attached to that would make him act significantly different, maybe he should reconsider the things that he says or does. The reason why when I post stuff, I post it on my name, in my chat, under my account.
Bro, who the fuck is setting off fireworks? Dude. I didn't watch fireworks for a second. Yeah, right.
It's because I will take accountability for the things that I say.
Easy, full stop. You know my full name. You know my fucking address because Pixie loves to fucking come all over it every 2 weeks at a court filing. So if you want to talk to me or do anything to me, you can show up to my fucking apartment. Laura De La Gouda gave you the fucking floor to take the elevator up on. Meanwhile, Doobie wants to run around and talk the weirdest fucking pedo shit about me 24/7 while he's jerking off over his mountains of child porn that he claims he's hoarding for the FBI. He wants to talk to me every single day. And he's like, well, I think that I should be able to do this anonymously and nobody should know my name. And if people even knew my name, they would come into my family. Maybe that's an indictment on his behavior more than mine.
Okay. So let's go for
facts.
So let's ignore Doobie for a second. Esports Batman gave legal consultation to J-Stock, one of your principled haters in the nexus of your, whatever you want to call it, your fucking haters, your snarkers. So, in your mind, doxing him was justified.
When you say legal consult, what do you mean?
Wasn't his crime or alleged crime giving legalistic feedback to J-Stock in reference to your court case?
Esports Batman credentials himself as a lawyer and is literally creating a permission structure in their Discord for a way through which they can misinterpret or whatever interpret, however you want to call it, every fucking court filing I have. He's like their on-call legal guy. Anytime you hear Doobie or any other fucking retard be like, oh, well, lawyers have told me this, they're talking about Esports Batman. I think that if you're going to put your credentials out there, if somebody thinks that I think that Kafka coming on as the legal person on Destiny Stream and this is who he is or whatever, I think it's fair. There's a reason why, by the way, most lawyers are really reluctant to show up and like give a whole bunch of legal advice or give a whole bunch of stuff on fucking streams or YouTubes because when you credential yourself, that's kind of a thing. But I will say there is a substantial difference between Kafka coming on and talking about like random fucking Supreme Court rulings or else, and Esports Batman being the personal on-call snarker lawyer to give all the bullshit interpretations of all the legal shit in the same servers where people are reaching out to and harassing witnesses in my case. I think those are substantially different. I know you're going to treat them the same. Go ahead.
I'm going someplace. So Kafka
fucking crazy
has talked about your court case on stream, right?
Sure.
Okay. So since he's giving you feedback in reference to your court
it's the
case,
exact same, Connor. Yes, you're a genius. Yes.
So okay,
the exact same
so
feedback,
he should
Connor.
he should be doxxed, right? Because he's enabling
Connor,
the infinite rape machine.
If I found out that Kafka was in a server where they were trying to reach out to
I don't want you to change it. I want you to answer the question.
I'm not changing it. I'm making it one-to-one. I'm not watering it down like your dumbass just did. If Kafka was in a Discord server where people were reaching out to and harassing family and friends of J-Stock or trying to harass witnesses to bring into the case, and Kafka's in the back there saying like, oh, well, look at these legal filings. Yeah, I think, this is actually fine. And I think actually this is totally permissible, blah, blah, blah. And fucking Justical doxed Kafka. I'd be like, oh, fuck it, Kafka. What the fuck do you think would happen, dipshit? I'm the king of fuck around and find out. When the fuck have I ever looked at a situation like that and be like,
exactly. Why would he think he would say anything different? Why would Connor think that? Whatever.
Wow, I can't believe this guy did this thing. It's fucking retarded. Of course I would understand it. But for you to compare Kafka coming onto my public stream and like talking sometimes, and now more towards the end of the beginning about court filings, and to say that that's the same as Esports Batman, who exists at a server where they are reaching out to and harassing fucking witnesses in my case, and he's sitting there creating the permission structure for it by credentialing himself as a lawyer and then giving retarded feedback on every fucking court filing, you're fucking retarded. But I know in your mind you're going to find a way to make that equivalent. That's fine.
Well, okay, so hold on. So you've acknowledged descriptively, while adding 10,000 fucking qualifiers, that Kafka is coming on in order to
wait, hold on, wait, real quick. Case. You can acknowledge just real quick. All the 10,000 fucking qualifiers added, those are all the ones that apply to Esports Batman, right?
That he
lives in a Discord server where people are harassing witnesses in my case, and then he's giving legal.
We're talking about Saiba there, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to go down this because then I have to bring up your equivalent, and then you have to tell me how.
All right. No one brought any fucking evidence. All right. Surprise, surprise. None of you brought any fucking evidence because y'all got fucking nothing. All right. Fuck you. You're all pussies. You have nothing. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably go over some of the reasons that Hassan is just undeniably worse than Destiny is in every aspect when it comes to their online personalities and their personas and their communities. Hassan is so much worse than Destiny's. And join me tomorrow, and I'll show you. All right? Have a good night. I really appreciate you guys stopping in. I don't know who's still in chat, but I appreciate it. I'm disappointed that none of the people that always talk shit about Destiny were able to provide any evidence. I'm not surprised that they disappointed me because they probably disappoint everybody in their lives. It's why they're so miserable. It's why they fucking suck at everything they do. So yeah, no surprise there. Still disappointed. Maybe tomorrow they'll surprise me, but I doubt it. And then see you tomorrow, guys. Love you.